So we have the controller and the Propak. This needs to be pressed the center button until it says let go, and it'll give us various options such as the temperature set points, etc. Some parameters need to be set through admin mode, which it's not showing here, but if you take it all the way to admin mode, select yes, and then come back, you can change our daily set points. See here, that's what's getting changed. So nighttime set back at the moment. You can run two temperatures, one in the evening, one in the daytime. As you say, you can click and confirm with the rotary dial on the front. If you wanted to, you could have every single day different temperatures, different hours. You can change the parameter once you've got the triangle as shown just now. So Wednesday, if you set this up in two ways, you just want to check that it's the same for everything, so it's continuous. If you put the set point to no, it will just be run constantly. So the installation type now is all relative to what pumps are on the system. Single, there might sometimes be single, two pumps, or no pumps. Legionella, yes, we keep that on Wednesday at 3 AM as a default, unless the BMS guys are there. 30-minute cycle, we want to keep that at. No second sensor. Set point 75, we don't want to make any sense, and nothing goes above 75 degrees. Alarm and thresholds. Turbo is a setting first to check and change. Should be default -10, keep that at -10. High alarm will be +10. Low alarm will be -15. These are all high. Absolute alarm is 75. That mustn't go higher than 75. Low alarm stays at 40. Safety threshold, no. 75 on those numbers. Make sure they are down at 75. Most of this stuff is all default. The commissioning sheets show that. Auto reset, yes, we want to keep that. You can come back out of there by pressing the arrow. Fault relay, high alarm temps, these are all default again, but just follow the commissioning sheet if need be to see what should be changed, because it all references that there. In here you've got the bottom right here is the alarm cables for the BMS, normally open, normally closed. In the right hand side there you'll see is the wiring diagram. Up the top here, if you can see towards the right, you've got a common and 4 in that top right corner, which is for the demand from the BMS. The wiring diagram is in the box. History of failures is going to be, should be 0 anyway. History of failures. Operating hours will just be pumps tested through the factory. Display, we want to have measure, yes. Settings, yes. Output, yes. This is going to show, and volume, no. The output is going to show us where the three-way valve is. Inputs and outputs shouldn't need much more. These are all defaults. Yeah, so nothing to change. But these are the things you can change if need be. Again, it's all default, so these are not to be changed. PID control is only when you have a BMS guy on site who can verify all the bits and pieces, but you'd call technical. Three-way valve needs to change to a bit more time, less time actually, 20 seconds. Program selection will be hot water, domestic hot water. Manual operating is like a relay test. So on this particular unit there was no pumps. You can always go back with the arrow. Modbus, factory settings, no, we don't need to. Time settings, just double check the time and date in here. All changeable through the rotary dial. Admin mode, this is where you need to go actually at the beginning to make sure you can change everything. all the way back. Now you see the display shows us the percentage of the 0%. It's showing us which position the three-way valve is going. Same again. Someone's stolen the knob on this one. But that's the plate and frame. Typically that number turn on the outlet wouldn't be there. Three-way valve, which is by Siemens. This with the sensor is where that is always the hot outlet. So that P1000 sensor is that outlet. We're showing the inlet now, working backwards towards the cold. It's just an unusual setup on this particular installation. Pressure reduction valve, line strainer. Hot return comes back in always on the cold prior to the plate rather than into the vessels. That way is full circulation. Still need your expansion vessel and G3 requirements. So we need to check out G3 stuff. So 6-bar pressure relief valves. You see there's a three-way valve moving around, adjusting the primary circuit from the boilers or heat source to give us the right amount of heat out of the plate. It's a primary circuit and two-port valve on this particular one. So it's just opening and closing the valve as needed relative to the demand. We'll make sure there's isolation valves. Again, that non-return wouldn't really be there. Should be further back as per just a mere standard G3 setup. These are actually buffer vessels on the heating side. So these are what is loading the plate via the boilers. Over the back there. Make sure 6-bar pressure relief valve. Any isolation valves still need to have another 6-bar relief valve. Make sure no one can cut off the safety devices. And every unit has the model number and device. So NP no pump, I believe. V2V. 2-port valve. So we take all this information down on our commissioning form. These units are rated to PN 16 bar. Normally you can get ones, the more stock item is lower rating to about 10, I believe. Just showing you the expanding of the buffer vessels. So, data plates, you want to pick them up on the commissioning. All the details on the form. I did this treating this as if it was a buffer vessel on the hot water. So if it was on the hot water side, you want to check there's a temperature pressure relief valve and an AAV in the top. But these, in this actual sequence, is they're heating tanks. So they just need an AAV, and the pressure relief valve is elsewhere. Just various tappings here available on the tanks. Back around to a plate, 2-port valve, isolation valve. Again, that non-return on the outlet, not typically there. Everything done off the front panel. Again, this is the top section, is where the demand from the central heating, from the BMS, beg your pardon. On the top right hand corner and the bottom right hand corner is the alarms. the electrical, the map is on the right hand side of the unit.